Welcome. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, I'm Manick, your warm-up act, while the real Manick finishes powering up for today's session. Welcome to the second day of the 12 Days of Search Atlas Live series, our end-of-year tradition where we open the curtain and show you what we've really been building here behind the scenes the past year. We'll get started in a few minutes, but this is the perfect window to settle in because the next hour is going to move fast. Over the past months, the Search Atlas team has been working through late nights, shipping update after update across Auto, Content Genius, LLM visibility, PPC workflows, and a few things we haven't talked about publicly yet, but are super excited to share with you all throughout the next 12 days. Yesterday, we unveiled something big, not a feature or a dashboard, but a new operating model for how SEO and paid search actually get executed. On day one of 12 Days of Search Atlas, we introduced Search Atlas Brain, a coordination layer designed to understand your site, your data, your competitors, and your goals, and then take action. And I'm talking real execution, not alerts, and systems that run continuously instead of task lists that stall. If you missed it, make sure to go onto my YouTube channel after this live and give it a watch. And if you're thinking that was already a lot, don't worry. Today, we're unveiling even more. Everything you're about to see builds directly on that foundation. Trust me. Some of these are going to blow your mind and change the industry for the better. While you're here and waiting for us to start, if you've got any burning questions you want the real Manick to answer, get your questions ready now. Feel free to drop them in the chat anytime. Strategy questions, product questions, technical questions, whatever you want clarity on. I'll collect everything, so once the real Manick is live, he can answer all of them for you head on. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to the crew. We are so happy to welcome you into this kick-ass community of humans. If you've been here across challenges, sprints, and launches, you already know these live sessions tend to snowball into a lot more than simple demos. So grab a snack or a little drink, switch to full screen, and buckle up for the ride that you're about to go on. Keep in mind that we're doing this for the next 12 days, so don't forget to join us every day. There's a lot you won't want to miss. The streams are loaded and today's lineup is strong. Stay here. Your countdown begins now.
All right. Welcome back. How we doing? Happy holidays, everybody. Christmas time is the best. And only better because there's always new stuff that we release this time of year. It's a tradition, as you guys know. So everyone, welcome back to the 12 Days of Search Atlas. This is day 2. Yesterday, I showed you the brain, Search Atlas Brain, the intelligence layer, the agentic operating system for your digital marketing campaigns, encompassing SEO, GEO, local, PPC, and more. Today, I'll show you how we're making it easier to track our progress through these workflows, where marketing stops being fragmented and becomes unified and simple. I also want to talk a bit about our vision for gamifying digital marketing into a collaborative, shared experience where the best marketers compete with each other for the crown. For years, marketing credibility has been noisy. It's been based on who can actually talk the loudest, get the most hype, get the most attention online, not who actually gets the best results. As you guys know, in our industry, there's a lot of influencers that take to different social media platforms and say that they can get results. And in our industry, they've been the ones who capture most of the limelight. But I've never thought that that was fair or the right way to do it. And so today, I'm going to show you guys how we're planning to celebrate you and your success and your marketing achievements. So without further ado, on the second day of Christmas, what does the Search Atlas team have for you guys? Give me a drum roll, please. The Unified Project Hub and Leaderboard. Awesome. All right. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about this. So yesterday you guys saw Brain and you guys could see all the capabilities. Arman and I walked you through the power of this thing, how it allows us to unify execution, research, analysis, playbooks, super powerful. But one of the challenges that we still have as marketers, and this is true about Search Atlas too, because for a long time our platform was very fragmented. Marketing tools are often just organized by channels. We've got SEO over here. We've got our content tools over here. We've got local there and some ad technology over here. And the reporting is in a different platform altogether. That is something we wanted to change, where we wanted to bring clarity instead of fragmentation. When the tools you're using don't reflect that, execution can break down, the context can get lost, it's harder to train new team members and execute across a team. Strategy lives in people's heads instead of being in the system and easily measurable. So we wondered, what if we can make marketing more organized, not around tools and around tasks, but around your brand itself? What if every workflow lived inside a single unified project space? We got a lot of feedback about this from the Search Atlas community, asking for something like this to make it easier. One source of truth, one execution environment, one place where we build and grow our brands online. And that is the Project Hub. The Project Hub is where all of the work that we do is tracked across all of the components of SEO, GEO, local, PPC, all of it. It's where execution can happen. It's also where results and progress is being measured and made visible over time. Everything ties back to the Search Atlas, no longer a set of disconnected tools, but more of a system, an operating system. You guys saw the agentic operating system. This is more of the UI layer around that. So now once we can unify execution, something really interesting happens. We can see the performance clearly, and we're opening the door to something that we've wanted to do for a long time, which are, of course, these leaderboards. Now, when people hear about leaderboards, they usually think this is going to be something that's it's a popularity contest, or it's about the audience size. It's probably going to be noisy, but that is the opposite of what this is. This is something that is not rewarding who is the loudest online. It's about rewarding who executes the best for their clients, who actually gets real results. Because marketing execution should have always been merit-based and earned, not claimed. To the biggest audience, the biggest YouTube channel, to the biggest Facebook community, it should really be about who executes and gets the best results. So that's what makes these leaderboards unique, is that they're results-oriented. They're also marketing domain-specific, and they're grounded in actual performance based on your first-party data and our third-party data. This includes organic search, GEO and LLM visibility, local campaigns, PPC. All these are different disciplines, different specializations, but they're all measured fairly. At our event in New York City, a lot of people asked me this question. They said, Manick, if automation in Search Atlas gets this good, isn't everyone going to end up on the same playing field? And my answer to that was always no, because tools don't win races. Drivers do. You can put 10 people in the same Porsche 911. It's the same car, same engine, same technology, and you'll still get 10 completely different lap times, because the difference was never just the car. It was always the driver. Search Atlas, Brain, and Auto are that Porsche 911, but it needs you to become the Lewis Hamilton, to learn how to drive it with excellence, to round those turns fast, and to put the pedal to the metal. When the busy work disappears, what we get left is just judgment, strategy, and timing. And that is what we can visualize and see quantitatively inside the leaderboard. So while the Project Hub unifies our execution, the leaderboard reveals excellence. It creates legitimacy, it creates accountability, it creates a culture that I've always wanted, which is where results matter more than hype. This is how marketing finally grows up. So let's actually go through it now. I want to show you guys the leaderboard. I'm going to invite my buddy, my friend, Arman Advani, who's been with me since the beginning of this journey. Arman, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hey, Manick. Great to see you again, buddy.
You too, man. How you
Super
doing
excited
today?
to go through this with the squad.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We got people tuning in.
Beautiful.
Where are you guys calling in from, by the way? If you guys could pop into the chat, where you guys dialed in from today? Would love to see it. I see Arkansas in the house. What's up, Barry? Good to have you back here today. Cardam, she likes the sound effects. Love that. Just popping in the chat. And Arman, just like reflecting on yesterday, what was your favorite part about what we launched yesterday? Maybe something that you weren't expecting, because I know it all happened pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I think the agentic framework coupled with the ability to build and deploy custom playbooks was really it, man. Like, obviously an agent is powered by AI, and your usage of AI and the quality of the outputs depends significantly on your ability to prompt it and ask the right questions or command the right tasks. Now, certain people are prompt wizards, man. I mean, talking to AI is like a second language for them. But the vast majority of the market has not caught up to that level of like understanding of what
Yeah.
makes an AI perform well. So I think structuring the playbooks really make it more accessible for people. And I think that's what it's all about, right? Giving value to everyone at the supply chain.
Yeah, I agree. I think people are becoming more facile with prompting, but one of the things that's also kind of tricky is that people are used to doing that inside ChatGPT, where it doesn't have access to all of this business data around the website. It's keyword ranking history, it's backlink data, the work that was executed, whether it's press releases or authority building or content. And so I think there's going to be some relearning that has to happen to really figure out how do we get the most of it. So I think to really become that Lewis Hamilton of Search Atlas Brain, it's going to really challenge all of us to really push the limits of what the playbooks can do and how creative we can get, which is really exciting. Checking the chat, we got people.
Absolutely, man.
We got people from
Absolutely.
Vegas. We got Canada in the house. We got Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico. Doug, welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. I had a feeling that would be you. Indianapolis, awesome. We got some folks from the UK tuning in. Good to have some people outside the US as well. So welcome. Great to have all of you guys here. Arman, where do you want to start with our demo for today?
Yeah, I think let's dive right into it. We'll go through the Project Hub, the new kind of home screen experience, and then we'll show the squad the leaderboard.
Cool. Let's do it.
Cool. So is my screen front and center, Manick?
Yep, looking good.
Yeah, the screen is visible to the left screen. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to dive right into, from the homepage of Search Atlas, we're going to dive into the homepage of the new Search Atlas dashboard. So guys, if this is your first time seeing the new homepage, when you log in, please make sure you're on the Agent Hub mode. So there's going to be a toggle at the top left of your screen. Just go ahead and make sure you're on the Agent Hub mode. Yesterday, we talked about Atlas Brain and all of the capabilities it can do. And you can access the brain directly.
Looks like we might have just lost Arman. Give me 1 second to try to get him back. Okay, there he is. It's like we might have a couple connection issues today. Of course, Arman, you're back on. We can see you.
All right.
But we can't see your screen.
Beautiful. Okay. Screen visible?
Not yet. Looks like it's loading. Yep, seeing it now. Looking good.
Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, in the hero section, we have quick access to Search Atlas Brain, right? But the rest of the homepage also got a facelift. So it's not just about adding agents into the experience. It's about reimagining the way people navigate the entirety of the platform. So if you're an agency or if you're a franchise, for example, and you have dozens or hundreds or even thousands of websites being powered by Search Atlas, you can now get a quick view into which projects are performing well, which ones are stable, and which ones are trending down via the portfolio summary directly accessible on your homepage. You can click into each project and quickly access that report, or you can scroll further down and view the expanded tile view that at a glance shows you the performance of all of your active projects inside Search Atlas. You can search for projects, you can filter by project, or you can just kind of scan the tiles here. So what are we looking at when we look at these screens? These are arguably the most important metrics that anyone who's working on their website within Search Atlas would care about. So you'd have your first product tile, which would be your auto score. You'll have your 4-pillared holistic score. You'll have your organic traffic, your keyword positions, your LLM visibility, your backlink data. If you're a local business, you'll also have your Google Business Profile connected and be able to view the performance there. And if you're using smart ads to build or manage your Google ad campaigns, you'll be able to take a look at some of your performance metrics as well as your return on ad spend. Now, once you actually click into a report and open the project, you're going to be landed into a much more expanded view that gives you a more granular purview into the scope of your project. You're going to start off with the performance tab, which is going to show you your 4-pillar score. As you scroll down, you'll then start to see your performance by channel. Things like, what is your organic traffic doing? How is paid traffic performing? How are my keyword positions changing over time? And you can adjust your date ranges to make sure these reports are compelling and telling you the right story. As you continue to scroll further down this page, you'll get quick views into your keyword positions, into your backlink data, into your visibility in all popular AI systems. You'll also be able to view things like sentiment and competitor visibility, all from one unified screen.
Nice.
If you connect first-party data, things like Google Search Console or Google Analytics, you get to access these beautiful, honestly, visually stunning charts that tell a very clear story. So this is the journey showing us how the keyword positions on Search Atlas have changed from last year to this year. And we can literally see this massive pop even at the start of December of this year with our keyword positions skyrocketing due to all of the work we've been doing on our own SEO with our own systems.
Nice looking chart there.
And down here, again, this is all first-party data coming from Google Search Console. Yeah, exactly. Just up and to the right. That's what we want to see with SEO charts, right? And then we even have some quick filters like, what keywords are trending up, what keywords are trending down. And then you can always click into any one of these tabs and go deeper into that specific report.
So what I
Now,
really love
as
about
impressive as this is not just,
Yeah, I was going to say what I love about it is just unifying the full story.
Mhm.
Like we're getting SEO data, we're getting backlink data, we're getting LM visibility data, we're getting first party data, we're getting third party data. Most tools we noticed when we were designing this, they're kind of fragmented where they'll give you in one module all of your first party and then another module this third party data, but they never really pulled all of the story together. And ultimately for us as marketers, we really just care about understanding at a holistic level, how's the marketing performing? Can we just see all of that in one cockpit? And so the vision for our performance tab is the unification of all performance tracking across all aspects of our web entity. So that's going to be Search Console. It'll also be GA4. It'll also be local. There's going to be more we bring into this. And you'll see on another day, I'm not going to tell you which day of the 12 days, that there's a huge improvement coming to another part of the platform that you guys were using for reporting. I'm just going to leave it at that. But for today, I think this is just the most essential information to present to really track the status of a campaign. And we will be adding annotations into these charts to show you all of the work that's being executed through the agent, through the platform, timestamps. So you can see on this day, I released this content, or I built this backlink, or I did X, Y, and Z. So you'll be able to attribute results to the execution of the work that you've been doing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But what's really impressive about this new projects view is it's not just a performance tab. It's also your way to navigate to the platform and find what is the most important thing for you to work on. What area of your digital strategy do I need to pop in here and actually take my next action, right? Whether it's working on your content, increasing your content velocity, or planning new content pages, working with the domain knowledge network tool to build and refine your knowledge, your DKN, seeing a status of what articles are pending, what articles have been generated, what articles are published, what's on the schedule to be posted soon. This is really giving you quick access to the most important things inside Search Atlas. So you no longer have to really use the left side navigation, because everything is unified and stitched together, from Content Genius to on-page strategy to your backlinks, your local, your smart ads. Literally everything is here, quickly accessible and dynamic. So as soon as you see an optimization opportunity, you can just go ahead and make that optimization and deploy that task, and then continue working on improving your performance metrics.
Right.
So this is not
without jumping
really
into
just
another
about
tool
reporting. It's about access.
in the nav. It's all part of the same workflow now.
Exactly.
So it's just unified. It's so much simpler.
That's exactly
What do you
right.
guys think about this? Tell us in the chat.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the new organization of the projects versus before having to use the nav? Tell me what you think. And I know there's a lag on the chat responses, so Arman, we'll just continue. We'll read what they put in there later.
Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. So in the backlink strategy section, you can obviously look at your backlink data, but you can also build backlinks, right? You can come in here and create new press releases or publish press releases that have already been generated. You could build or deploy cloud stacks. So really anything that you're doing inside your auto project or your auto environment, or even in different tools inside Search Atlas, you can literally just do them all from this one projects hub. And if you do have a location for your GBP, so obviously this is not the Search Atlas GBP, this is just a random GBP, you can actually come in here and get your GBP score. You can see your rank, your citations, your ratings, your performance metrics here at the top. You can quickly access your heat maps and view those. And then if you click the link, it takes you immediately to the report, right? So it's all about getting you to where you need to be as quickly as possible to do the next thing to improve your performance. If you have tasks for your Google Business Profile, you can literally see, what have I already done? What's pending? And what have I chose to not actually work on because I don't view it as relevant? And down here, you can even see your active citations. And if there's issues with your citations, you can click one button and go and build your new citations. And if you happen to be using our Smart Ads product, you can come in here as well. You can select your campaign. You can pick your campaigns up here. You can do your date range selecting.
Looks like we just lost Arman there again. And actually, apologies, guys. This is my connection that's causing the issue. Actually designed the Smart Ads product. We designed it for ourselves, for our Google Ads team. We also consulted with a bunch of other people who are using the Search Atlas platform, using the auto PPC tool. We're now calling that Smart Ads. And so to everyone who had their hand on this, a lot of people's hands were on this to create it into what it is. People like Jesse Nelson, people like Eric Caldwell, people like Don, people like Sean Garner. So many people had a role to play in creating what you guys see today. So just want to shout those guys out if you guys are tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting us with your creativity and your insight. And also, I hope you're happy with the finished product that we have here.
Absolutely.
I
think
certainly
that
am.
was a.
Yeah.
I am too, man. And I think it was a big shift in the sense that bringing in some of our most, power users and having them guide and help refine the products, I think that really improves the overall platform. And, it's a phrase you use all the time, right? Iron sharpens iron. Like if we can bring in the best to help us refine what we're already working on, we make sure we're building the right thing that people are actually going to find utility in.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So again, from this section, not only are we able to view the performance of our campaigns, we have custom views down here where we can toggle axes, we can toggle the performance views, we can shift between campaigns, ad groups, and keywords. We also have tables that update dynamically based off the filters that are selected. But at the top, we can actually do the thing, right? We can import campaigns, create new campaigns, manage our campaigns, enable negative keywords, all from this one command center.
Totally.
And obviously, if we need more data, we just click into the actual thing.
Arman, can I just highlight one chart in here that I'm just obsessed with?
Yeah.
It's the bubble chart. Because
Yeah.
one thing you guys, anyone who runs a lot of PPC knows this, is that usually your results are driven by a handful of campaigns. You may have, 50 or 100 ad groups or campaigns inside your account, but it's usually a few that are driving the majority of the performance. And being able to see that inside the table, inside the ad viewer, inside Google Ads is actually very clunky. You guys should probably ask yourself, like, why is it that Gemini is advancing so fast, right? They're doing so many amazing things with Gemini. But then when you go into Google Ads, which is how Google makes all of its money, it's advanced almost nothing. It shows us that Google, they don't want to give us tools to make better ads or to better manage our ads because our inefficiency is their profit, all right? Google is all about the blind bid model where they're just going to tell us, hit this magic button. Google's AI and all its infinite wisdom will give you the best possible results, when we really know that's not going to be true. Because for a long time with search partners being enabled by default, with so many specific settings that you have to disable in the ad account to actually get good results, they don't really want us to optimize for our best interest. They're optimizing for theirs. And so what we're building here is a command center to help us fully take control of that channel, especially for one-man teams or small marketing departments that don't have the luxury of, a whole Google Ads team of like a leader, a senior strategist, along with junior implementers to go into the ad account and make these changes. Our vision is to help you, the strategist, be able to one hand manage these campaigns in here. And so what you're gonna see come over the next coming weeks is in every one of these tabs you see, in performance and content and on-page and backlink and local and smart ads, you're gonna see AI summaries here at the top. What was really interesting is I was talking to my wife, Sophia, and she's actually on our team. She's our COO. And Sophia was telling me how she actually has a hard time interpreting charts. So like that chart right there that we're looking at for backlink strategy and how the referring domain growth has happened over the last, I guess, back to 2025 Jan, she actually has a hard time really understanding that. And I think a lot of people do. A lot of marketers have some challenge interpreting information in tables and charts. And so what we're going to be bringing into every one of these tabs, you'll see soon, is AI summaries that really just help you understand the key insight and then an action item. And also every one of these tabs is going to have a button to engage the agent. So wherever you see an insight, there's going to be a send this into the agent and have the agent take that action for you directly from here. So there's going to be a full unification of these dashboards with the agents that we showed you yesterday. So I'm super stoked about that. Stay tuned. That's going to be coming in a couple of weeks. We probably won't do a live on it. You'll just see it. I might just announce it in the Facebook community or in school. So yeah, but I'm super hyped to add that.
Absolutely. And I think the addition of the triple S analysis is going to be huge, right? The short, snappy summaries, those are going to be fantastic.
That's what we call them.
There is one other thing in here that is also coming soon. I'm not going to go through it. I'm just going to quickly pop onto it, quickly pop off of it. There's something there, guys. It'll be in a dashboard near you very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. But cool. This is, the projects in a nutshell, guys. So again, just to recap, you can access them from the homepage. You can see your quick tiles. You have your portfolio summary at the top. Refresh data, filter, search, open. And then you have access to all of these different modules that allow you to go deeper into the platform without having to know where everything is.
Awesome. And one other thing to highlight about that top bar there, Arman, is if you think about what this is, guys, this is your project cockpit. So all the different components of the strategy are the tabs. But what's on top is essentially the source material, the source data, all the connections around the brand that you're working on. So that's where the brand vault is going to go. When we release the brand vault, you will see it in there. You're going to be able to connect all of your first party data. You're going to be able to set the settings around how we crawl. You're going to set your auto settings. You're going to be able to control everything from that top bar. That's going to be essentially the unification. Brand vault is the unification of the knowledge graph, of the content folder, of the Google Ads settings for creating and launching your Google Ads account. It's pretty much the home base for everything that we need to know about your brand. And it's also going to include the crawl data and other first-party data like PDFs or anything else that you want to add. So a little bit of a teaser about that feature that's coming, but I just wanted to explain that that's what's going on in that top bar there. So yeah, simplifying the platform, making it easier to work with.
And one other note about the top bar, because again, like, is this everything that the user would need within Search Atlas? No, but it's like 90% of what you would need. Well, what about that other 10%? How do I quickly access that? Well, you do that with our new search anything, right? So this is a full re-architecture of the way the actual search function works within Search Atlas. So you can actually use this, search for a project, search for a domain, search for a report, search for a tool, and it will work to find whatever relevant report you are looking for, whatever tool you need to access. It'll also save your most recent reports. So if I wanted to see my topical dominance report for Search Atlas, instead of clicking into site metrics, clicking into my project, clicking into topical dominance, I can just search for it and then I can click it and directly access the report just like that, right? So that's also another way that you can stay on the homepage, use the projects, and use the new search to directly access whatever it is you're looking for within the application.
Smooth.
And the search has gotten a lot better than it was last week. So please test that out as well.
I love that. That's a really good one. And also, you guys see that recent search. So the cool thing is it's going to remember everything that you've searched. So a lot of times we're going back to the same project. We're trying to go back to the same place, pick up where we left off in the platform, wherever we were working. And so this is just yet another way we're trying to make your workflows easier because we know the platform is very big and it's growing. And this is how we're trying to bring all the components together to make it easier for you, the marketer, to be successful. Also for your teams, to make it easier to train your teams and for them to be able to use the platform easier. That's been really important to us. We want more people to be able to access and use these tools without as much training. So that's like a North Star for us.
Absolutely. Beautiful. All right, Manick, do you want to pop into some of the fun stuff that we have here as well? The leaderboard?
Yeah, let's get into the leaderboard. How many of you guys are already on the leaderboard? Pop it in the chat. And I'm just going to read some of the comments here. Someone's saying, donkey is crying. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see my horse out there. Oh, wrong camera. We'll look at that later. It was actually not the donkey. It was this 6-pound Chihuahua named Phoebe, who used to be Sophia's dog and is now my dog and pretty much just sleeps on my lap all day and all night. She's my little space heater. But no, the donkeys are chill right now. Some of the other comments, Stefan loves it. Your Medicare insurance navigator loves it. Love to see that. Yeah. We actually got a question from Ken. Ken says, can you guys explain how you got such high numbers in GSC for leaderboard? So we'll cover that. We're going to get into the leaderboard. High numbers in GSC comes from keywords, getting ranked for more keywords. I guess we'll talk about it in a sec, but just basically winning on Search Console. What else? Loving the new design. Love to see that, Jesse. Appreciate it. I like the simpler UI. Good. Ken says, bravo. People are into it. A couple people also joined the leaderboard already, which is great. So awesome. If you guys haven't joined those leaderboards, join the leaderboards. And we'll talk about them now. So Arman, show us how we get to the leaderboard.
Absolutely. So right next to Atlas Brain, we have our little app icon. You can click that app icon. You'll see the leaderboard as a new addition here as well, including the onboarding agent. So that's also a new addition. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and click on the leaderboard. If this is your first time accessing the leaderboard, you're going to see a big join message as opposed to being launched into the leaderboard directly, because this is an opt-in feature. So if you don't want to participate in the leaderboard, you don't have to. But if you want to put your money where your mouth is, hop into the leaderboard, climb the ranks, and show us that you know how to win in search, whether it's keyword positions, local, GSC, content production, AI SEO, authority building, smart ads, or just the overall top dog. Show us with first-party data, with first-party reports, and bring a little levity into your marketing, right? It doesn't have to always be so serious. Obviously, it's a serious business. We're here working on our business. We're working on our client's business. But digital marketing and SEO specifically is a lonely, thankless business. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that sentiment. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into your clients' campaigns only for them to cancel because they saw the next ad or whatever the case is, right? So this really allows us to build more community, more engagement, and more excitement into our industry. So we don't have to operate as this lone wolf rogue SEO that just sits behind a keyboard and doesn't have like that sense of pride or that sense of community engagement from their peers. So it's more than just gamifying it, guys. It's really bringing personality, life, and passion into our industry that I think we desperately needed.
I agree with that. Thank you for saying that, Arman. And one of the ways that we're going to support this in the community is there's going to be awards, there's going to be plaques, there's going to be prizes, there's going to be money, there's going to be bragging rights and recognition. And so what better way to say, hey, you should work with me because I'm the top agency on the local leaderboard, right? Provably, quantitatively, I've gotten more results for my clients than anyone else, right? That's powerful. That is so powerful. And other thing I want to say about the leaderboard is that this leaderboard, we didn't think it was fair to have the leaderboard include everyone's activity going back to the beginning of their Search Atlas account. So the start date for the leaderboard was actually yesterday. And so what you're going to see is only new actions that have been taken since I think like 1 a.m. yesterday are counted inside your account. Yeah. And so for GSC, the reason that we're seeing this big surge in there is actually probably because we won the Google algorithm update. And we're seeing the benefits of that in Search Console. As you guys know, there's a Google Algo update happening right now. And we're always very focused on winning these updates. If you guys don't know what I mean by winning the update, join the AI Search Summit today, which starts at 1 p.m. and we'll talk more about it. But that can happen. This also kind of puts everyone on an even playing field because now someone who's had an account for 3 years and has done all this work, there's going to be very little you can do to beat an agency that's been building and getting results for that long. So it kind of puts everyone at the same first yard line and makes us kind of have to work and show results from that point. So we'll be doing monthly leaderboards. We'll be doing quarterly leaderboards. We'll be doing event-specific leaderboards. If you're a coach and you're watching this and you're working with a community, we can create leaderboards for you. So you can have your own group. If you guys have a leaderboard you want to make with your friends, and it's just you guys competing to see who's going to win, we'll also support that functionality as well. So you can make private leaderboards that you'll be able to share. So some of that functionality is yet to come. We wanted to give you guys this now, one for the 12 days, but also because we're going to be giving away prizes based on who is at the top of the leaderboard every single day of the AI Search Summit. And there's some badass prizes. We're giving away a MacBook Pro. We're giving away a all expense paid trip to visit me in Medellin, Colombia, and hang out with us and the Search Atlas team right here and be in the studio. We're giving away lots of cool prizes. So there's a lot of great stuff. It's over $10,000 worth of prizes, by the way. So I hope you guys take part in that and try to win. And we'll be doing some other special prizes at the end of every month for the winners. So I think it's going to be really fun. And also, at this point, you really got to put your money where your mouth is. So for us, you guys can obviously see Search Atlas. We do very well on the leaderboard because we are actually executing. We're not just here building software and telling you guys how you should theoretically do SEO. We're doing it every single
Yeah.
day. And by the way, our teams, we didn't join the leaderboard for our client accounts. All of our big client projects are in separate accounts. Maybe we will have those client projects join here as well. So you can see our projects individually. How are we doing? Right? And you'll see actually the results we're getting for our clients. And it's all quantitative. This isn't just, taking our word for it. Obviously, you guys have seen screenshots and case studies. We've got over 5,000 case studies now, and we post those. We have new ones every week. But the leaderboard is sort of another way to kind of put the full story together and see what's going on. So let us know what you guys think about the leaderboards in the chat. Are you guys going to be competing in the leaderboard? Which leaderboard do you guys want to win on? And also tell us what you think about the methodology here that we have.
It's awesome, Manick. Yeah, I think the challenge. So this leaderboard, guys, this first launch is mainly for the AI Search Summit that we're running right now. But the leaderboards, as Manick said, are going to evolve and change. So we're going to have monthly leaderboards, quarterly, yearly, private. So if you guys are a part of the challenge, please join the leaderboard if you haven't already. But just know that it's going to extend beyond the scope of the challenge. And the prizes are going to change as we do different leaderboards. So the prizes Manick was talking about, the drone, the trip to Colombia, the MacBook, the swag packs, all of these things are challenge-specific prizes. So you do have to be a part of the challenge in order to claim those. But once we move on to the next event or the next quarter, there's going to be a different set of goals and a different set of prizes there as well.
Exactly. And they'll get bigger. They'll get bigger and bigger as we go. As more people compete, we want to keep putting more prize money into the pool. And we'll probably also do some cash prizes as well, just to keep it fun. And we'll be adding new categories. So if there's also a category you don't see on here that you want to have, let us know. We're open to feedback. As you guys know, we're super receptive. You can send that to us in our Facebook community group or on School, and we'd love to hear what you think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else on the leaderboard, Arman?
No, I think we kind of covered it. I'm excited to see, by the end of the challenge, who actually rises to the top of this thing. So I'm starting a little private betting pool here at the good old Search Atlas Slack group to see which horse I think is going to, win this thing. So we'll kind of see.
I'm excited because we're going to start the summit off with recognizing the winners from yesterday. And so there's going to be 3 prizes that are given in the beginning of the summit today. So join, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. The YouTube, it's going to be, is it streamed to YouTube? No, it's over Zoom. So you have to join Zoom. Yeah. But guys, cool. It's been awesome day 2. Let's close this out. Arman, thank you so much, man. Let me give you another round of applause.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the challenge soon.
Never gets old. Awesome. So guys, today we looked at the leaderboards. We looked at the Project Hub. Hope you guys enjoyed what we launched. Today, again, 1 p.m. Eastern time, completely free AI Search Summit. Arman, Justin, and myself are going to be leading today. We're going to be talking about the WordPress plugin. We're going to be talking about auto. We're going to be talking about local SEO. We're going to be talking about semantic knowledge packs and how we use the agent to execute all of that and deploy those changes to our websites to get to a case study result by the end of the week. That is our goal. And so if that sounds like a fun day for you, make sure you tune in, and I'll see you there for the summit. I will also see you back tomorrow for another big product launch. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see each other soon.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Peace.